Hello everyone, thanks for checking out my video. Today I'd like to show you 3 different methods that you can use to mine crypto with Awesome Miner and MiningPoolHub. Let's get started. Okay, let's start with MiningPoolHub.com. This is the main page, and they've got a lot of information here which I think is important to understand, so we're going to talk about this. The first thing I want to look at is on the right hand side here where it says Quick Start Guide. All right, so we'll just go through the steps here. Step 1, of course, sign up. If you haven't already, make sure you sign up with a new account and pick a username that's easy to remember because we will be typing in again later when we set up Awesome Miner. Step 2 is to set the coin you want to get at Auto Exchange page. Now, this is optional, but let's go ahead and check out the Auto Exchange. Here's the Auto Exchange. You can see here I've got mine set to Litecoin, but you can choose pretty much any coin you want here. So if you want it to be Bitcoin, just set it to Bitcoin, whatever is good for you. It will automatically exchange anything that you mine for Bitcoin. After that, you'd want to basically set up your Bitcoin address. You click on your Bitcoin page here, click on Wallet, and then you'd put your Bitcoin address right here and set your thresholds for automatic payout, put your 4-digit PIN in, and whenever you reach that threshold, it'll automatically send you your Bitcoin. Let's go back to the main page. Now, step 3 here is a little bit more involved. Start mining. Of course, easier said than done. We've got 3 methods, right? So what are these 3 methods? The first one is simple coin mining. Notice the port number starts with a 20. All right, and then there's Algo-Switch Mining, but this has different port numbers. They start with a 17. And then there's Multi-Algo Switch Mining, and these also have different port numbers. They start with a 12. Okay, so let's start at the top then. What is simple coin mining? Well, it says here, select any coin and check its port number. Just start mining with appropriate miner and algo right away. Okay, so what we would do then is, depending on the coin that we want to mine, so let's go over here to the pools. Let's say we want to do Ethereum. We click on Ethereum and we scroll down a little bit. All right, it says here server. That's what we need. We need this server address. Depending on your region, you would select the server address and the port number. Notice the port number starts with a 20. So basically that means we're going to do simple mining of one coin. No switching. Nothing. It's just Ethereum only. All right, let's go back to the main page here. I'll show you how to set all these up individually, but I just want to go over each one of these. Now, the next one here, Algo-Switch Mining. What they say here is that we provide auto-switching port for each algo. These ports switch coins time to time to mine the most profitable coin. And they suggest that it's best for rentals, ASICs, and FPGAs. Let's just get the gist of what Algo-Switch Mining is all about. I'm going to use this chart right here in the middle of the page to describe that. Now, this chart is auto-switching ports per algorithm sorted for AMD GPU. Now, if you don't have an AMD GPU and you want to switch this to NVIDIA, just click this little NVIDIA button, all right? And then it'll be reordered for NVIDIA. And the reason that's helpful is because AMD favors certain algorithms while NVIDIA often favors different algorithms. And you can see that here. Ethereum is 3rd on the list for NVIDIA, whereas AMD, Ethereum is number 1. Okay, so it's helpful depending on what type of equipment you have. What is this chart telling us? Well, first of all, it's telling us the algorithms that are being mined in order of profit, right? So at the top, Ethereum, that's the current coin for this algorithm. Ethereum is the top profit maker right now, all right? So let's put it up at the top. Here's the port number. Notice it starts with a 17, all right? And that's because it's part of the algo switching method. All right, and then coins, even though this is a little askew, this last column here, are the number of coins that use this algorithm that could be mined via this port number. Let me say that again. The coins column tells you how many different coins can be mined with this algorithm through this port number. So basically what you would do to mine using this method is specify this port number for the ET hash algorithm. And at any given moment, MiningPoolHub will automatically switch behind the scenes. You don't have to do anything. Awesome Miner doesn't have to do anything. Your mining software doesn't have to do anything. It will just be mining ET hash nonstop. So what are some of the benefits that we can get out of Algo-Switch Mining? Well, let's assume we have an AMD mining rig, and we know that AMD is particularly good with ET hash algorithms. If we were to set that up to mine using this port number, we know that MiningPoolHub has 4 different coins that it can choose from to maximize our profits for this particular algorithm. In addition to that, we can fine-tune and optimize our rig by adjusting the core clocks and memory clocks, as well as the power and fan curves, to make sure that the rig is running as efficiently as possible. That will save on power costs. And we have almost 100% uptime because the mining software doesn't have to close down and switch to different coins. It can just stay on the ET hash algorithm. MiningPoolHub will take care of all the switching behind the scenes. So maximum profit, better efficiency, and almost 100% uptime. It's pretty much a win-win-win type scenario if you're going to have a dedicated rig for one algorithm. And the same goes across the board for Equihash, Neoscript, Kryptonite, whichever algorithm you're using. Obviously, some of them are more beneficial to use than others, and that's why they're listed at the top. And also look at the number of coins that are available. See, Neoscript only has 1 coin, so maybe even to use this particular port doesn't make sense for something like Neoscript because they have no other coins to switch to. So you might want to consider that as well. At least with ET hash and Equihash, we have 4 different options for each of those algorithms. So no matter which one you choose to set up for your rig, you can at least fine-tune it and guarantee that you'll have lots of different options there to maximize your profits for a given algorithm. Now, what's the difference between this and what they have here, number 3, multi-algo switch mining? So what could be said about this method? Well, this is probably the one that's the most like NiceHash in the sense that it will mine the most profitable coin no matter which algorithm. All right, but there is one caveat, and it says right here, you can mine different algo coins by using hub feature. So what's this hub feature all about? Well, if we look back here at simple coin mining, you'll see the port address is 20, and that's designed to mine 1 coin alone, nothing else. If we switch it to a 17, then that's algo mining, meaning it can switch between different coins that use the same algorithm. This multi-algo switch mining is the best of both worlds. Not only will you be able to mine a particular algorithm and switch to whichever coin is the most profitable for that algorithm, you can also switch algorithms and then whatever coin is most profitable for another algorithm. All right, so it's totally maximizing everything. The only downside of this might be that you can't fine-tune your mining rig like you could have for the Algo-Switch method because you have to account for rises in temperature based on which algorithm is being mined. So you'll notice that certain algorithms stress the card a little bit more than others. So you'll have to find sort of an equilibrium between different algorithms that you're content with. But just know that you're going to fluctuate in power. You're going to fluctuate a little bit in temperatures based on this method. But you'll probably make up for it because you're able to mine the most profitable coins on the site. As we move into the Awesome Miner configuration portion of the video, I'd recommend downloading a copy of Awesome Miner. I'll leave a link in the description. This is the download page. You just click the top link here, Awesome Miner Installer. That will be the full program, which allows you to use up to 2 miners for free. Download this and install it. If this is your first time installing Awesome Miner, then it's going to present you with a bunch of different pop-up windows and wizards. You can just go ahead and cancel all of those and get to the main screen here. I'll take you through all of the steps. The first method we'll discuss is simple coin mining. The first step is to create a new miner. We do that by clicking the new miner button here at the top left. And then we get the add new miner wizard. We can go ahead and click on next. And we have a few different choices here. We're really only concerned with the center two. And if we're just going to mine one coin only, then you would want to go with managed miner. You can click on next and it'll ask you to name it. Okay, let's suppose we're going to mine Z Classic. So I'll just go ahead and call this Z Classic Miner. You want the miner host to be local and leave the device profile as none. Go ahead and click on next. Okay, so first question here is algorithm. What algorithm does Z Classic use? Well, to figure that out, we just go back over here to MiningPoolHub, click on the Z Classic link here, and you can see right underneath, it tells you algorithm, Equihash. Okay, so let's go over here and set this to Equihash. Great. And then if we click this buy coin button, we can go ahead and set that to Z Classic. Go ahead and put that in. All right, we set our algorithm and our coin. Now we have to choose which mining software that we're going to use. And this will really depend on your graphics card. But for Equihash, if you're using NVIDIA, the DSTM miner is really good for Equihash. If you're using AMD, then Claymore's Zcash miner is really good. You'll notice here that some of these are grayed out and others are not. And the reason is when you pick an algorithm up here, any of the software that is possible to be used for this algorithm will be highlighted, whereas any of the software that's not good for that algorithm is grayed out. But you have to be careful because if you have an NVIDIA GPU, you don't necessarily want to be using the AMD software because it's not going to be as well tuned for your equipment. So in my case, the DSTM Zcash miner is the best option. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. All right. I'm going to leave this on automatic download as well. If there's an update that's made to the software, then Awesome Miner will automatically download the updates. Okay, so you don't have to even think about it. The next step here is pool. And what we're going to do is click on new and new pool. And this will allow us to set up the Z Classic pool. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and call this Z Classic-MPH for MiningPoolHub. And now we need our server URL. So let's go over here to MiningPoolHub. And you see down here where it says server, we've got US, Europe, and Asia. I'm in the US, so I'm going to select the entire address, including the port number, and copy that. And right here for server URL, you can type in SSL://. It's always good to use a secure connection whenever possible. And then I'm going to paste that server address in. Now, remember on MiningPoolHub, when you chose a username, your worker name here is your username. All right, so in my case, I'm just going to type it in. It's Goose-Tech. And keep in mind, this is case sensitive. So you want to make sure that you type it in the same way as you typed it in on MiningPoolHub. And then we're going to add a dot and name the graphics card or name the miner, whatever you want to call it. Some people will just call it miner 1, miner 2, miner 3, depending on which one you're configuring. Your worker password, although this is not necessary, an X is good practice. So just put an X there, it's fine. All right, optional settings for the coin. We can also set this to Z Classic. So let me go ahead and find that. There we go. Very good. Now that's everything. We've put in the description, the server address and port number, our username, worker name, password, set the coin, click on OK. This should automatically set it to your pool that you just created. Everything looks good. Click on next and finish. Now, all we have to do is click the miner and click on start. Okay, we are mining Z Classic through MiningPoolHub. If we come over to Awesome Miner, you can see our hash rate is here, our profit per day, as well as our GPU temperature. Well, that's simple coin mining in a nutshell, but what if you wanted to mine a different coin or a different algorithm? All right, well, it's not too complicated, but you have to change some things. So let me take you through that. First, you would right-click your miner and go to Properties. Then you'd want to change the name. So let's suppose we're going to move over to Monacoin now. So I'm going to go ahead and type in Monacoin. And then we're going to have to change the algorithm. So let's go on over to MiningPoolHub. On the Monacoin pool page, you can see here the algorithm is Lira2 RE2. Let's minimize that. And here it is, Lira2 RE version 2. That's fine. You can select the coin here. You can put that to Mona. And then the software. Let's take a look here. I have an NVIDIA card, and it's really only highlighting 3 options: CC Miner, CC Miner Alexis, and Excavator. You can experiment with each of these, just, see which one gives you a better hash rate. I've always done really well with CC Miner. That works well with many different algorithms, so we're in good shape there. I would leave it on automatic download so that it gets updated automatically. And the last thing to do then would be to add a new pool. I already have one in here, but I'll go ahead and add one just so you can see how to do it. Just like before, click on New Pool. And then for the description, we'll go ahead and call this Monacoin-MPH. Now the server URL, you want to type this in, stratum plus TCP://. And then we're going to put the server address here. So let's go back to MiningPoolHub. This is the main page. We'll scroll down a little bit. You can see right here, it says server. Here it is, hub.miningpoolhub.com, and the port number. So we'll select this and copy it, and then paste that right here after the protocols. There we go. And our worker name, same as before, your username from MiningPoolHub. So Goose-Tech dot, and then name the worker, miner1. Password is X, and we'll go ahead and set the coin here to Monacoin. Again, the reason why we would set this is so that it gives us the appropriate profit per day. Click on OK. Everything looks good. Click OK. And now click Start. You can see this pulled up CC Miner. All right, you can see here it started hashing. Let's take a look at Awesome Miner. Here's our hash rate. Here's our profit per day. And notice that the temperature is a little hotter than it was for Equihash. 71 degrees now. Okay, we've just done 2 different examples of simple coin mining. The first one, we set up the managed miner and had it mining Z Classic. And then we decided to change it from Z Classic over to Monacoin. Now let's suppose we want to take full advantage of algo switching, so the second method that's offered on MiningPoolHub, and let's go ahead and set up our managed miner to mine ET hash. If we go back over to MiningPoolHub, we'll see here that for the NVIDIA card, ET hash is the second on the list. And it's already switched from Ethereum to Ethereum Classic, which is pretty cool. So let's just take note of the port number here, 17020, and go back to Awesome Miner, right-click our managed miner, go to Properties, and now let's go ahead and switch this over to ET hash miner, because that's what we're going to do, algo switching. All right, for the mining engine, we're going to switch this algorithm to Ethereum. And by coin, we'll go ahead and put this on unspecified ET hash or unspecified Ethereum. Click on OK. Now, for the mining software, there's a couple different options. Claymore works great for AMD or NVIDIA. So this is probably one of your best options. Go ahead and click on that one. Also leave that set for automatic download. We're not going to do dual mining, not only because it's more complicated to set up, but mostly because it's just not profitable to do it. The difficulty ratings for most of the coins that you can dual mine is just too high to make it even worthwhile. So we'll just stick with ET hash based coins here. Finally, we want to set up a new pool. So let's go ahead and click on new pool. Okay, let's give it a name. Let's call this one ET hash-MPH. And for the server URL, we're going to type in stratum plus TCP://, and then we're going to need the server address from MiningPoolHub. So let's go back over to MiningPoolHub. And we know the port number here is 17020, but we don't really have a server address. So how do we get that? Well, right now it's mining Ethereum Classic. So if we go to the Ethereum Classic page, then we'll see at the top here, we've got 3 different locations here. And this is the address that we're going to want to grab right here. So I'm going to grab mine here, which is the US address, which is us-east.ethash.hub. So we're going to right click, copy that, and paste it here. All right, and then we have to add the port number. So put a colon and then 17020. That's the algo switching port. All right, worker name, same as before, your username on MiningPoolHub. So Goose-Tech .miner1. And then the worker password is always X. And for this coin, we're going to set this to unspecified Ethereum. And the reason we do that is because we don't know exactly which coin it will be mining at any given moment. So we just leave it unspecified. It'll pull the results from MiningPoolHub and give us our estimates that way. And where it says wallet address, you just want to copy your worker name and put that right here. Okay, 2 more things we need to address. First of all, we have this little information bar right here that says when using Claymore Ethereum Miner, ESM should be set to 2 in the Claymore section. So we need to do that here. So on the left-hand side where it says Claymore, we're going to go ahead and click on Add. And right here, it puts us in the setting box. Just type in ESM, all right, and then underneath value, click here and put a 2 there. And then click add. All right, so now we have that setting added on here. All right, that's important. The next thing to do is to secure the Claymore miner, we need to password protect it. So we just go over here to the advanced tab, and in this box here, just type in -mpsw space, and then type in a password. I'm just going to use password for here, something easy. All right, and that's everything we have to set up here for this pool. Click on OK, and then OK. And then we need to go into options, click on the advanced tab here, and right here at the bottom where it says send password for Claymore API requests, type in that same password that we just did for Claymore. That will secure it. Click on OK. And now we're ready to start mining. So we can just click the start button. You can see it pulled up Claymore. It's using the Ethereum pool right here. And this is our port address, 17020. And as you can see here, we're mining at about 20 mega hashes per second. You can see that reported here on Awesome Miner. Here's our profit per day and our temperature. If you click on the pools tab here at the bottom, it'll show you which pool you're mining and what port number. And that matches everything. So this will automatically switch between Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Expanse, and Music Coin. Okay, so that's one example of how to mine using the Algo-Switch method. What if we wanted to switch it to a different algorithm? Basically, rinse and repeat. We're going to go ahead and right-click the miner, go to Properties. Let's suppose we want to change this to Equihash now. So let's go ahead and rename this Equihash, and then we'll set the algorithm to Equihash. You could also set the coin to unspecified Equihash. Click OK there. And now we're going to choose our mining software. Once again, the DSTM miner seems to be one of the best options for an NVIDIA card. If you're using AMD, then perhaps Claymore's Zcash miner will be your best option. But since I'm using a GTX 1080, I'll just set mine to DSTM. Make sure you leave it on automatic download to get the updates. And then of course, we're gonna add a new pool. So let's go ahead and click on new pool, and we'll type in equihash-mph. And for the server URL, let's go back over to MiningPoolHub. On MiningPoolHub, you can see Equihash is at the top here, mining Zcash, and the port number is 17023. So let's go over here to the Zcash page and look at the server address. All right, so here we go. 3 different regions. We're just going to select up to the number. We don't need this port number. Just everything including the colon right there. All right, and then right click, copy. And of course, we're going to type in stratum plus TCP:// paste our address. And remember our port number, 17023. As for your worker name, go ahead and put in your username .worker name. Password is X. Once again, we'll set this to unspecified Equihash. And go ahead and copy your worker name here into your wallet address. That's everything we need to do for setting up Equihash. So let's go ahead and click on OK. OK again. And then click on Start. Once again, we're connected to the correct address and this port, 17023. You can see here, it's already started mining. We have our hash rate here and our profit per day, as well as our temperatures. So those were 2 different examples of Algo-Switch Mining, the first with ETHash and the second with Equihash. If you'd like to do it for a third algorithm, basically just rinse and repeat what I just showed you. Now, what if we want to take full advantage of multi-algorithm profit switch mining? Well, it's definitely possible with Awesome Miner, although we really need to understand how it works using this software. To better understand this, one of the first things we need to do is create a new managed profit miner. There's 2 ways to do this. We could just take this existing miner that we have, right-click it, and then click on Convert to Managed Profit Miner. That's pretty simple. Now this is a managed profit miner, which has already set it up to switch between different algorithms. The second way to set one of these up is to just click the Add New Miner button. So let me remove this one and I'll show you what I mean. Once again, the Add New Miner wizard, we'll click on Next and choose Managed Profit Miner. And then click on Next, we'll give this one a name and we'll call this Multi-Algo Profit Switching -MPH, just for the sake of example. Make sure that your miner host is set to local, and then choose a profit switching profile. This is very important. Whichever type of graphics cards you're using, make sure you set this accordingly. So for me, I have NVIDIA GPU. We'll click on Next. Everything looks good there. Click on Finish. And here's our new miner, which is a profit miner. The next thing you should do with this miner, if we're going to do this right, is benchmark the GPUs. So you click on the miner, click on Tools at the top, and then click on Benchmark. Make sure you select all of the algorithms that are here. You may even have quite a few more. That's okay. Let it benchmark everything. And click on Start. You'll see your benchmark results start to appear here. And you'll notice they're probably a little bit different than what's already configured. After it's benchmarked everything here, click on Save to Profile and save those new hash rates to your profile. It's very important that you save your hash rate because Awesome Miner uses the stored hash rate to determine which algorithm to mine for the most profit. What's going on behind the scenes is it looks at information from whattomine.com, including the value of the coin, the difficulty, and some other stats to determine what your average profit would be based on your hash rate. So if you don't save this, then you could be mining the wrong types of coins. So you won't be getting the most out of the profit switching. Once you're done with this, we can click on close and click on main. Okay, now it's time to set up profit switching. So let's go ahead and click on options and profit switching. Now right here, you want to make sure that you have enable managed profit switching checked, as well as MiningPoolHub. And you can have everything else turned off, including the custom pools. And right here where it says worker name for MiningPoolHub, just like any other situation, we want to make sure we use our MiningPoolHub username. So that's, for me, Goose-Tech. Put a dot and then name your worker. I'm just going to call mine 1080. Make sure you set your region based on where you are. A few more things you may consider here on the profit switching page is the switching interval and profit switch threshold. I've got my interval set to 3 minutes, which means that every 3 minutes it'll check to see if there's a more profitable coin to mine. But I set the profit switch threshold to 15%, which means that if there's a coin that is more than 15% profitable than the one that I'm currently mining, then it will switch. Otherwise, it'll just stay on the same coin. And the reason I did that was because I found that the lower my threshold was, or if I just never set a threshold at all, it would constantly switch, which means that I'm spending more time switching between different mining softwares than I am actually doing any kind of mining. So you want to kind of play with this and set it to suit your needs, whatever is best for you. You can also throw in your power costs here. So if you know how much, power is at, this is set for kilowatts per hour. So I could put mine around 11 cents per kilowatt hour. That way it'll automatically deduct that from the profit estimates that you get from whatever you're mining. Okay, one last thing that we need to check are the algorithms that we want to use. So we're going to go over here and click on this algorithms link. And you'll see here there's a whole bunch of different algorithms, and I have already unchecked a bunch of them. And there's a reason for that, and it's because my graphics card's not particularly good at these types of algorithms. For instance, the SHA-256, that's a Bitcoin algorithm, that's a ASIC algorithm. So it's not going to work for my GPU. And the same would go for some of these other X13, 14, 15, they're not designed for a GPU. And what you're going to want to do is turn off any of these other algorithms that don't really apply for your equipment. So how do you figure out what's best for your graphics card? Well, it's pretty simple. You could just go over here to MiningPoolHub.com on the main page. And depending on whether you're AMD or NVIDIA, you click the button here and you'll see here's what the best algorithms are for your graphics card. So we're starting up here with Skyne, Equihash, ETHash, Lyra2Z, Lyra2, RE2, NeoScript. So you'll want to make sure that you basically enable most of what you see here. That way you'll ensure that for your graphics card, you're always going to have as many options as are available on MiningPoolHub. So as you can see on mine, I've got Kryptonite, Decred, Equihash, Ethereum, Grosstol, HMQ 1725, Library. Actually, I don't need either of these. They're just not offered on MiningPoolHub, so I'll turn those off. But these Lyras are, Myriad Grosstol is, NeoScript. Don't need the Pascal. I can leave Phi on. Don't really need the Qubit. Don't need the script. I'll leave the Skyne. Time travel, don't really use that. X11, I don't use that either. So there you go. Now we've more fine-tuned the algorithms that we'll be mining. Once you have all these set up, go ahead and click on OK. Now all that's left to do is to click Start. Okay, so Awesome Miner has chosen to automatically open up CC Miner, as you can see here, and it looks like it is mining the Lyra2Z algorithm. And here's the port address. Notice it's using the algo switching port designations, and that's really good because if there were additional coins that were using that same algorithm, we can be sure that MiningPoolHub will always be mining the most profitable one. We have our hash rate here of right around 2000 kilohash. You can see here, this is being reported to Awesome Miner. And we have our profit per day. And of course, the temperature of the card. Now, there is one drawback to this method, and it is that you really don't know exactly which coin is being mined, at least not from Awesome Miner. But you can figure it out. All you have to do is take a look here at the algorithm, and then on MiningPoolHub's main page, we have this chart right here, and all we have to do is find the algo. So right there it is, Lyra2Z, and we'll see underneath current coin that it's mining Zcoin. Now, there's only one option for Zcoin, so it's not going to be able to algo switch, but what's happening is Awesome Miner is looking at the stats for the hash rate and the value of the coin, and it's seeing that right now that this $2 value is the highest one out of any of the other options. So it's choosing to mine this particular coin. It'll probably stay here until we can get 15% higher on a different coin. If we want to try and jumpstart a switch just to make sure it's working, we can go over here to Options, click on Profit Switching, and then maybe change our switching interval to 1 minute and our threshold to say 1%. That should force a switch pretty quickly. Okay, we can see here it automatically switched over to Lyra2 Rev2. If we want to figure out which coin that is, we can go back over to MiningPoolHub. Here's Lyra2 Rev2, and it's Mona coin that's being mined. And that's bringing in about $2.20 per day. Now, the reason it switched is because I lowered the profit switch threshold from 15% down to 1%. So it pretty much switched almost immediately. The reason it wasn't switching before, it just didn't find a coin that was 15% higher than Zcoin, which it was mining previously. Now, you're going to want to make adjustments to those settings as needed so that you can get it ideal. You'll have to keep an eye on it for a few days and just see what's the sweet spot for this. You don't want it set so low that it's constantly switching, because then you're not going to be spending enough time mining. And you don't want it set too high so that it never switches. So play around with it and find a nice sweet spot that works best for you. Well, there you have it. 3 different methods of mining crypto with Awesome Miner and MiningPoolHub. The single coin method, the algo switching method, and the multi-algo profit switching method. I'm sure you can find something to suit your needs out of these 3 options, but which would be best really? Well, I would assume that most gamers who have a decent graphics card that they could use for mining crypto would probably favor the multi-algo profit switching method. First off, because it's the most like NiceHash, which is just simple and easy. But secondly, because it maximizes the amount of profit you can make for a short period of time. Many people will tend to leave their graphics cards run overnight, or maybe while they're at school or at work, and that would be a nice way to make a little bit of extra crypto. If you're a little bit more dedicated to mining and you have a dedicated rig, it may make more sense to use the algo switching method. That way you can fine-tune your rig, set it up to mine a specific algorithm, and tune your core clocks and memory clocks exactly as needed so that you can just set it up and walk away and it will do the rest. That might be one of the best options. As for anybody else, if you ever just want to mine a specific coin, all you have to do is use the single coin method, pick the coin, and you're off to the races. Let me know what you think is going to be best for you down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Be sure to hit subscribe and ding the bell for future updates, and come join us on our Discord server where we can talk crypto and share more mining tips. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and God bless.